Look into a scenario in which Turkey and Greece go to war. And this will include two scenarios, a Turkish victory or a quick scenario and Greek victory. But first we'll look at the Turkish victory. With Turkey advancing within a few days, they managed to make massive advances into, not that big, that's too big, into Thrace, managing to quickly reach Greek Macedonia, and they take over all of the islands within that time. They launch a small landing here, although Greek resistant. But for them, Greece manages to kick them out of here and kick them back. But before real actions can happen, Greece is already doomed to lose. With two fronts, one in the south and one in the north headed in. Rapidly advances happen, with Greece at a last stand. And, well, in the peace treaty, annex all the islands and all the way over to here, getting access to the Adriatic Greece. Yes, Turkey annexes Greece. Not fully, not directly. They annex all their islands, Thrace, Macedonia, and then a corridor to, wait, that's the Adriatic, so I guess Mediterranean. Instead of having to go through here, and they own all these islands, having control over their territorial waters, and they create a nice puppet state. Now for the next scenario. A Turkish loss. The war begins the same way. They manage to take all of these, not all of them, they manage to take all of these islands, although it takes longer. And within the first few days, they advance to there and there. With Greece showing they could hold their own really quickly. With Turkey being completely humiliated, Turkey manages to advance more. Well, and Serbia decides to join. I don't know how they're giving help, but they join. Bulgaria managing to be persuaded to join. And Turkey has to advance into them a bit to neutralize them. As they move deeper into Greece. But with France viewing Greece, allowing themselves to join it. With panic rising in Turkey, as Turkey goes to advance as far as they can, as quick as they can, manage to capture all of Bulgaria's coast, and a big chunk of Bulgaria, before French troops arrive. And the French troops arrive in Greece. That will push back. As they decide to take naval supremacy over these islands. This leads to a successful Bulgarian offensive. And well, with Greek and Bulgarian troops meeting up, they manage to push Turkey all the way back. This might lead to rebellion, with them failing to cross into Thrace. For now, France decides to land right here. And quickly, Greek troops make it their way into this offensive. With Turkey in trouble in the south, and over here. With Armenia deciding to join, you might say this isn't a big deal. But as they start their advance, a Kurdish revolt breaks out across these areas, key areas. Quickly, they manage to take areas of the south. And well, the Thrace offensive breaks out with the failure to capture Istanbul. but more success over here, as they manage to capture this. With more people and more Kurds being inspired to revolt, quickly they meet Armenian troops meet up with the rebels. And well, France makes another landing over here. Quickly they manage to get to here with Kurdish rebels meeting up, and Armenia finally reaching the coast. See? With most of Turkey being captured. No, not most yet. Wasn't paying enough attention, apparently. Well, are slowly advancing in from the south. And over here. Well, managed to advance south of the capital, with the rebels managing to cross into here. And well, they managed to take Istanbul and link the front. And they also advanced to Ankara, where they take the capital, with Turkey collapsing. Now to see what the victory scenario looks like. Oh, kinda falling apart. Armenia annexes land in a small corridor to the coast. Kurdistan is created. Greece annexes part of Thrace and most of this coast. This area, as you can see, this area was annexed by Bulgaria, with us seeing 2 UN occupation zones / demilitarized zones, but they're occupied by the UN. They're demilitarized for Turkey. And then here we got a French special occupation zone. Well, with a rebellion breaking out against who's in charge, as they blame them for the failure in the war. And as 2 areas revolt, quickly they manage to capture what's left of the coast on the Aegean Sea. Well, they also rise over here. And this is a revenge-driven group. It's a far cry from democracy. And they overthrow the country. Yes, great thing. No, I'm kidding, not a great thing. Well, you get it. With Greece taking advantage of the situation to annex Cyprus against the will of the world. They annexed Cyprus. Yay. And well, that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out. But not until you subscribe. Bye, out.